Good afternoon, my name is Tania Ibarra and I'll be showing you guys my culture artifact, which shows a big part of who I am. And for this, it would be La Cobija de San Marcos, and it's a blanket. And I can't hold it really high up just because it's big. But this blanket, it's also just La Cobija de San Marcos, and that just has to do with the brand, right? And this is a Mexican blanket, and this blanket is passed down by my family, and many of us know it. We've seen it on social media, right? La Cobija de Tigre, and that's not the name, just the brand is San Marcos. And while this one has a tiger in it, there's other blankets that I know are the same material, right? Just what changes is the design of it. There's some where I've seen like roses, even in Catholic households there's some where they have the Virgin Mary, but what is just similar is that they have a really bold pattern to it, right? And not to stereotype, but I've seen many Mexican households that have this blanket, and I think that just because this blanket for our culture, it just represents more than just keeping us warm, but also comfort, and it's just tradition, right? And it's more than just, I see it more than just a blanket, right? We see this blanket come up every winter, right? But this blanket just reminds me a lot about my childhood, right? I remember always my family used to always bring them out when the temperature started getting a little bit more cooler, right? And it just reminds me of our winters together, right? When our family would get together, make food together during holidays and things like that. And it's just very nice to see this blanket. And I believe this blanket is super important to my culture just because of the way that it's getting passed down, right? We see this blanket in most households, but this blanket actually belonged to my grandma, and my grandma passed it down to my mom, and my mom has made mention that she's going to pass it down to us. And it's just something that it could be seen as a tradition now. And this blanket could be just more than just a blanket. It could be a symbol of like love and protection, right? That we're being passed down in our family, right? And for that reason, I chose this as my cultural artifact, just because it's a part of my family history and identity and my culture. And this reminds me of the way I was raised, my childhood, where I come from, and I will always carry this blanket with me. Thank you.